G'day everyone, welcome back to the ranch. It is a chilly September morning, but it is a good one because we finally have the backhoe. It came to my house a few weeks ago and got it put together pretty easy. Took a couple hours and got it out here. It fit perfectly on my trailer, which is a 5x10. And then, got it off yesterday afternoon. Had to do some stuff last night, but now we're ready to go. So necessary tasks are the excavations for the septic inspection and getting the house kind of started. I won't be able to get concrete in there just yet because I'm going to need to wait for the septic permit before they'll issue the construction permit to do that. But let's find out what this little thing can do. All right, so this is the part I considered not showing you guys, which I went into it knowing that one of these excavations had to be 8 feet deep. And I know that the maximum depth stated on this backhoe is 7 feet. So I was thinking always that I would just hand dig this last foot and it would be, an off-camera thing. But turns out, what they don't tell you, 7 feet on the spec sheet is about 5 feet in reality. It's just simple math with the angle of it that the teeth don't dig in anymore once you get below a certain depth. So although it can reach down, you can't actually cut into anything. So I'm about 5 feet now and I'm gonna have to dig the remaining 3 feet with this Pickmatic. And I've got a digging bar, but the Pickmatic is a little more easy to swing. And then I'm just gonna kind of collect the dirt, scoop it out with the bucket until that no longer works, and then I will shovel it out. But just proof I'm earning my keep around here. All right, and here it is. An 8 foot deep hole. You can see the bottom of that. But it actually was pretty much all the Harbor Freight trencher. I found that you can take these outriggers, and if you swap the left and the right one, they point up, which allowed it to kind of cradle into the sides of the pit, and I could get way deeper. So even though this thing says it goes to 7 foot, it really doesn't unless you do that, and then it pretty much just about gets to 8 feet. It does work pretty well. It looks like a toy, but it certainly digs like the real thing. All right, so a week has passed since that last time lapse, and these pits have now been inspected, and I'm just waiting back for the engineering on that, and that'll be tied along with the permit for septic and for the house. You can see that the aspens have started to change up on the mountainside, which is great. It was hard to know exactly where they were until obviously they've revealed themselves now. The trade-off with that is that some freezing temps are definitely coming our way, so I really need to get cracking on getting these footings dug. 30 inches is going to be the depth below grade, and we're going to go and do that, set the rebar, and then have it poured. So yeah, let's get stuck into it. Okay, so here's our footings and our foundation walls marked out. 16-inch wide footings, and we're going to have one isolated footing in the middle here, which is going to be 2x2. And then I've used the string lines to mark from diagonals, which will give me the center, and then of course around the perimeter, and coming in 16 inches on all sides. Now I just have to dig it out before it rains again, but thankfully there's only a few clouds all the way out there, so let's see what we can do. Now, one other thing worth noting is that I've brought along my 3D model this time, my laptop, so I'm able to completely visualize and take any measurements I need. You can get a bit of a look of how this is going to be in the end. A 5-high block wall, and then a concrete solid 16 by 8 footing on the bottom, but I'm able to go ahead here and say, like, if I wanted to check my diagonals to make sure I'm square, then I can run across that and see it's 30 feet 3 3/16 of an inch. When I took the measurement out there, it was 30 feet 3 3/4, which is definitely good enough for me on this length to be within 1/16 of an inch. So yeah, that just makes it easy. It's kind of how I like to do it, to visualize everything beforehand and to make sure I don't make any mistakes. Hopefully if I make mistakes, I make them on here where I'm able to go ahead and just erase those and start again. It's not quite as easy in the real world, but it gives you a bit of an idea for the shape as well of the first side of the house and how it's going to be framed up. So yeah, let's go get digging. All right, so now hole's pretty much dug, so we're gonna go ahead and work out where the bottom is, you know, make sure they're all roughly at the same level. It doesn't matter if the concrete is a little thicker in some spots. I'm gonna order more of it anyway than what I think I'm gonna need. We're gonna use the Trimble Spectra Precision Laser to do that, and then what we're gonna do more accurately is put in pegs to mark where the top of the concrete needs to be. That way, when we set our foundation wall, it's all gonna be on the same plane. And after that, yeah, we can put our pegs in. I will need to do a bit of a remeasure to work out where the corners are going to be of the foundation wall, not the footing, just to make sure that those fall within the walls. You know, you can get a little off here and there. I did my best to mark it out where I cut it, but yeah, let's just make sure that we're in the right areas, and then we're pretty much gonna set the rebar and put the verticals in, bend them up, and then we're ready for concrete. All right, so the sun's just about down and we've got our rebar in, so that'll mark the end of our digging, preparing the footing video. And you can see we've got them sitting up on chairs. We've got the pegs in that are going to show us the top of the footing height all the way along, every 4 feet. And then I think I'm going to wet set the verticals. I haven't even mine up on that yet, but I'll do that just before the truck comes, which hopefully will be next week. And let's see, maybe then the yellow aspens will be replaced with some white peaks. We'll see, but I'll catch you then.